Hey everyone, Presito here. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about my top altcoin picks for the upcoming bull run or potential upcoming bull run. I must say, obviously, nothing is for certain, but the way the market is going, it looks like it could be possible. And there's a lot of speculation in 2024, there's going to be a nice bull run. And obviously it's due thanks to this bear run that's been lasting forever. So in this video, I'm going to share my top picks, what I'm personally getting into and holding for the bull run and what I think is going to be really strong. So obviously it's not financial advice, do your own research as well. This is just based on what I've researched and I'm just sharing my thoughts. So hopefully it helps you guys. So to start off, obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum are the #1 picks. This is what you kind of have to hold if you're in crypto. Personally, I'm more in Ethereum. I prefer it. I know BTC has been doing well lately, but Ethereum always has its day. And if you're into DeFi, Ethereum is what you're into. What there is to note though, is obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum can't moon as hard as alts. We all know that when there's alt season, alts can go up 10x even more in value, where Bitcoin and Ethereum are pretty stable. You're not going to lose much holding them, but you're also not going to make much. So that's why having alts is a must in crypto, in my opinion. Well, at least it's one of the ways where you can make pro gains. There's many ways with pre-sales and everything. I cover most in my YouTube channel, so subscribe to that. But holding alts is definitely pro for making gains, but you can also get wrecked, so you have to be careful. Before I start with my picks, let me know in the comments what are your altcoin picks for the bull run. I know there's tons of them and there's a lot of good ones. So I'm obviously not going to be covering all of them. So let me know in the comments if there's ones you guys are specifically bullish on and why, so I can check them out. And also keep in mind, just because the market's been doing well lately doesn't mean that you're going to have a bull run coming. As you know, stocks haven't been doing too good, and normally crypto is correlated to stocks. So that is a bit concerning, but hopefully we've depegged. That will be really pro. But anyways, be careful and don't rush it. Probably wait for dips for entries, since things have pumped a bit since the market's been good for a few weeks. So obviously be careful, don't FOMO. And yeah, let's get started. So when you pick your alts, you have to decide what you're going to have long-term conviction for. Tokens you're just going to be holding basically no matter what, until obviously it's a good price or it reaches your target. And which ones you're going to just be buying for a trend. So in this one, I'm more going to be covering ones for long-term conviction. But obviously in crypto, you're going to have trends, you're going to have AI trend, you're going to have real world asset trend and everything like that. So when it comes to those, it's important to find those early, get in and then get out if that's something that you want to do to take advantage of those trends. But anyways, when you're picking your long-term conviction holds, it's important to diversify across these different trends. For example, you have a token that's real world asset, you have one that's AI, you have one that's LSD, GameFi, etc. So the ones I'm going to be covering are quite well diversified. So let's get started with the first one, and it's none other than Chainlink. So Chainlink, I'm personally very bullish on long term, and I'm super comfy holding this. It's basically the OG altcoin. So Chainlink is the decentralized computing platform powering the verifiable web. It's a DeFi oracle. It's been around forever and will keep being around. Funny enough, I did the ICO in 2017 actually, which was around $0.1, I think, at ICO price. And I think I sold for 3 or 4x or something like that. But anyways, the team is apparently one of the hardest working in crypto. And people that I know that are near the team say this. And they have endless announcements, endless partnerships. As you can see on their Twitter, they just always have updates, always partnerships non-stop. They're talking about some sort of universal gas token that they're doing in a recent announcement. So they're currently, I think, 13th on coin market cap. And I think they deserve to be there and even higher. And if we go to check out the price has pretty much been stable between $6 and $8 the whole year. And you can kind of tell it's been in accumulation phase. It dipped quite badly here in June when we had that big dump. But now it's finally broke out of accumulation and it's pumping. It went up to almost $12. And I think it's got still tons of room for growth. If you look at the all-time chart, you can see the all-time high was around $50, which is insane. And I do think Chainlink is one of the tokens that have the potential to pass the all-time high, especially with what they're doing, how hardworking the team is. If you want to buy it, if you check under markets, you'll see here where it's trading. It's pretty much on all platforms, Binance, everything. So that is my first pick. So now let's move on to my next pick, which is FXS, Frax Binance. So this falls under the category of LSDs, which is liquid staking derivatives. And this is basically a solution that allows stakers to earn yield without sacrificing the liquidity of their staked assets. LSDs function as IOUs, maintaining a one-to-one value with the staked Ethereum, and automatically accrue yield, eliminating the need for gas fees to withdraw rewards. So FXS, what's really impressive is basically they're the only protocol to have 4 products in the CMC top 100. So if we have a look here, we can see all of those. There's Frax over here at 67. Then scroll down at 80, they have Frax Ether. And then they have FXS at 95. And then at 106, they have staked Frax Ether. So that is really impressive that they have 4 in the top 100 basically. Then if we have a look at the price, it's basically been the same the whole year. It's actually dipped a bit, so the entry could be quite interesting to start maybe a DCAing into that. But it's been pretty much in the same range for around 18 months as the stablecoin market cap has drawn down around 50%. And during this time, they've launched tons of products. They've launched FRXF, FPI, FRXGov, new AMOs, Frax Lend, and a ton more. It's an insanely hardworking team, and as you can see, the price has been really stable. So I personally think the entry could be decent here. If we have a look at all time here, you can see it was up to almost $40 in the bull run. So the room for growth is definitely there, and you can see the price looks like it could be a good entry. Maybe it's accumulation, but anyways, this is one of my top picks and long-term conviction holds. Again, if we go here to the markets, you can check out where it's trading. Again, it's pretty much on all the big exchanges, Binance and everything like that. Anyways, my next pick is Oasis protocol. Their token is called Rose, and it falls under the category of smart contract platform. So it provides a privacy layer for Web3. You can add smart privacy to dApps on any EVM chain. The Oasis network is a blockchain platform that prioritizes privacy, scalability, and security. It features a unique paradigm, consensus mechanism, data privacy capabilities, and smart contract support. And its native token is Rose, and it's designed for applications requiring data privacy like finance and healthcare. And the token is used for transaction fee staking and participating in the network's governance. So this one's an interesting one because I actually haven't bought this. I'm not holding it yet, and I'll tell you exactly why. And when you are buying out, it's important to check the releases when they're having the next big unlocks. So for Oasis network specifically, you can see here token unlocks in the future. If you go to Chain Broker and search it, you can see there's a really big unlock worth $8 million in just 2 weeks. And there's actually a bit more than that. It's almost $10 million being unlocked in those 2 weeks. And then after that, it's not that much until February. So I think after this unlock, I'll be looking to get in. And actually there's some research because sometimes when tokens have unlocks, they don't necessarily dump. But in this case, I went and I checked all the unlocks on the chart, and I circled here in red where the unlocks happened. And you can see there have been dumps after every unlock. And they're quite significant dumps, that is. You can see after every single one, 100% rate almost. So that's why I'm waiting for the next one. And you can see the price did actually pump a bit recently, only about 20%. But with that unlock in 2 weeks, I feel like it might go down unless full bull market comes. So that's why I'm just waiting for that. And you can see also the all-time high was a lot higher than now. Obviously, keep in mind with the unlocks, it's almost impossible to reach certain all-time highs. But it is definitely one that I'm interested in getting into. Again, if we have a look at markets where you can get this, it's on Binance, and again, pretty much everything you would want. So this is no worries in terms of getting into it or where to buy. Next up, I'm going to be talking about swarm markets. So this falls under the real world asset category, which has been picking up tons of hype lately. A lot of people are talking about it, and this one is fairly low market cap as well, which makes it interesting. So this one is a DeFi platform that aims to create a new way for people to invest and trade in financial markets, and it focuses on tokenized assets and offers a range of DeFi services. Swarm Market specializes in tokenizing various assets like stocks, commodities, and real estate on the blockchain. As you can see here, You can buy all sorts of stocks and so on. This tokenization allows these assets to be traded and accessed through the Ethereum blockchain, making it easier for users to invest in them. So like many DeFi projects, they have their governance token that allows users to participate in the decision-making process for the platform updates and changes and so on. And also they really focus on regulatory compliance. Obviously, that's really important when it's real-world assets. So they really emphasize this regulatory compliance and security, aiming to provide a trusted platform for users to tokenize and trade assets. And it's especially important when dealing with traditional finance markets, of course. It's also a really strong, active team. If we check out the price here, we can see it did actually pump quite a bit recently. It went up just over 2x. But overall, if we look over time, it's still far from the all-time high. Obviously, for this, we also need to look at the release schedule of the tokens. And this one is one I'm also going to maybe wait a little bit before getting into, or maybe start DCAing soon. But this is one I'm bullish on long term. As you can see, the market cap's only 7 million. So the room for growth is huge, especially if they keep delivering. Also, something to note is their release schedule. If we have a look here, we can see here in the first year how much tokens were released, 30%. Year 2 was 14. I believe we're on year 3 or 4 now. Or even 5, and you can see the release is very, very low. Obviously, if you look at the token and you see the market cap is 7 million, but the fully diluted valuation is 28 million. That's if every single token was released. But you can see the release is very, very slow. So that is for me not something to be so concerned about in terms of that. But this one I will be waiting probably for a better entry. And this is one that I think for real world asset will be really good. There are other projects which are bigger, but obviously with this low market cap and how good the team is, I think the room for growth could be quite big. So next up, I'm going to be talking about Star Atlas, their Atlas token and their POLIS token. So Star Atlas is a GameFi project. Of course, it's one of the ones I'm most bullish on. It's an ambitious blockchain-based massively multiplayer online game, which is an MMO, and it combines space exploration, strategy, and economics in a virtual universe. The game is set in a science fiction universe and offers players the opportunity to engage in a variety of activities like space exploration, trading, combat, and governance, and it utilizes blockchain technology for its in-game economy, allowing players to own and trade digital assets, including spaceships and land and NFTs. And the game's developers aim to create a player-driven metaverse where participants can shape the game's narrative and economic systems. It really is one of the best games in crypto, in my opinion, and one of the most hardworking teams. In terms of the token, I was in their pre-sale, and their pre-sale distribution ended in September, so majority of the sell pressure is gone, which I think contributed to the recent pumps. And also keep in mind, it's unlikely to surpass the previous market cap because of all the tokens being released. If it does go back to that previous price, the market cap would just be insane. And it's also built on Solana, which has been doing really well lately. So that's, of course, really bullish. If we check here with regards to what I was saying for the releases, you can see here, there is no more pre-sale releases. If we go to past, then you can see, if we scroll a bit, then we can see where the last private round release was. But in the future, the releases are only the in-game rewards. So that's obviously really bullish that you don't have to worry about that. If we go to Epic Games, we can see here some pictures of the game and how it's going to look, and it really looks incredible. You can see the trailer here, you can see some in-game pictures, and it really looks super impressive in my opinion. The graphics are amazing, and I've covered this in the past. The story and everything is just going to be really cool, and looking forward to play this. So that is really bullish. And this was posted on the 23rd of August, that in that time they had the most active social engagement of any game. So the community is really there. They recently had a meetup, which was really big. So that's obviously very bullish. We have a look at the markets that you can get them on. It's on Kraken, Radium. Radium is the DEX of Solana. So that's where you can get in if you would like. And of course the price, if we have a look at all time, you can see how crazy it used to be when it came on launch, but obviously there wasn't that many tokens in circulation. But recently it has done really well. Still quite a bit down from where it was in February until April. So the room for growth is really, really big for this one. You can see both tokens, the POLIS and the Atlas, one being the in-game currency, one being the governance token. So I think it's got tons of room for growth, and it's got a really active community, active team, and that's super important in crypto. And that brings me to my next pick, which is Sidus Heroes. So this also has a really active team and very active community, and it's also a GameFi project. So it's a metaverse made by Sidus Gates, game publisher with multiple game studios, unified lawbook, AI technology, and blockchain tech. And it's a pioneering Web3 space-based gaming metaverse with an epic lore, tradable tokens, and valuable resources. And your hero's progress is saved across multiple games that fall under one interplanetary ecosystem and a groundbreaking profit-sharing module system. So they also have the Sidus and Senate token. If you want to know the difference, Sidus is the in-game token where rewards are paid out, and it's a main currency used in the marketplace and other in-game services. And Senate is the governance token, and it's mainly used to express political views and to influence the development of the metaverse. So it's pretty much similar to Star Atlas as well. And for Sidus and Senate as well, I was in their private round, and their distribution also ended in October. So, well, last month. So you can see here as well, if you go to the future unlocks, there's nothing here for private sale or anything. That is just team and incentives. And if you have a look at the past, then here you can see where it tells you the seed round last finished and all that information. So that is really good. Obviously, you don't want there to be pre-sale dumping on you. And that is why also I believe the price has been doing better lately. Before we get to the price, also you can see here, this was posted this month actually, well, a few days ago, to show the most active engagement social communities. And Sidus is right up there with the big names like Illuvium, which has a really huge market cap. So Sidus, I believe, definitely deserves to be higher. Their game also looks really amazing. If we have a look here at the chart, you can see it's almost 2x from the lowest point. And if we look at the highest it was this year, it still has tons of room for growth. And if you look at all time, obviously, it's just huge. But again, the token emissions make it almost impossible to reach that price. Same thing with Sidus. You can see it's pumped nicely from the bottom, still a bit down. And from all time, it's got tons of room for growth. So that wraps up my video on my top altcoin picks for the bull run. Let me know what you guys think of them. If there are any that you're also bullish on. Again, let me know which ones you guys are picking for the bull run. And I'm also going to be making some more videos in the future on maybe some more degen picks that I have, and obviously covering all the trends. So definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd appreciate that. Follow me on Telegram and Twitter. I'm always active there and chatting to everyone. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.